2017 has been an interesting year for films. With remakes, reboots and sequels all over the place, a lot of my cinema visits involve older titles or familiar names. That being said, there were a few new and original ideas that caught my attention for better or worse. Like last year, my top 10 will consist only of films I saw at the cinema, so everything I've done a quick review for is eligible. However, not everything that got an A is automatically on this list, nor is an indicator of where it will end up. Before we get to the best, I'd like to award a film the dishonour of the worst film of 2017. The nominations are The Mummy, an action film so bereft of charm and originality that tries and fails to start a whole universe of movies. Rough Night, a cringe-worthy comedy that fails to hit the mark at all. How anyone found this funny is beyond me. Logan Lucky, a good idea that just bored me, where every good bit had a corresponding bad bit to balance it out. And the winner is... Rough Night. Consider this my equivalent of a golden raspberry. I never want to see it again. So with the bad out the way, let's focus on the top 10. And remember, these are my choices and I'm happy to debate them sensibly, but my opinion may differ from yours. Number 10. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Whereas I raised an eyebrow here and there, I generally enjoyed Episode 8 of the Star Wars saga. It's original enough to not be like The Force Awakens and develops characters well while moving the story on. The action is fantastic and multiple viewings may increase my appreciation for this. Number 9. Logan. I was stunned by Logan at how violent and mature the film was, and yet it was easily the best standalone Wolverine film. Now that's not saying much, to be fair, but this quality journey through Logan's final story and a potential spin-off to look forward to means that this gritty take on a lovable character deserved its place. Number 8. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. A last gasp entry to this list, but a genuinely enjoyable action film that takes the premise and name from the original but makes it its own thing. Jack Black steals the show, but everyone does a great job playing action heroes uncomfortable in their skin. The reference to Alan Parrish is a really nice touch. Number 7. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man is all about fun. He's light-hearted and has good intentions, but sometimes this lands him in trouble. In Homecoming, this is portrayed very well, and although Tom Holland is outshone by his bigger co-stars, he has so much charm and really brings the levity back to the character without being a total idiot. Michael Keaton as the Vulture is a relatable villain who isn't cliché or over the top, an excellent reboot. Number 6. Wonder Woman. The build-up to this film is outstanding. The story moves well and you really get a sense as to who Diana Prince ends up becoming. As an origin story with just one star, this is done really well. It's a shame really that the ending lets it down. I won't take away from what the film does well though, and it's clear why Wonder Woman is the most fleshed out character in the DC universe. Number 5. Paddington 2. The marmalade-loving bear returns in a film that is as good, if not better, than the first film. I find it incredible that a film can do the same thing but be completely different from its predecessor. It's funny, it's charming, and it boasts some of Britain's most beloved actors and comedians. Oh, and Richard Ayoade is there too. Number 4. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. A colourful, fun-filled, action-packed sequel that picks up where the original left off. Exploring Star-Lord's backstory and digging deeper in established relationships mean that this is more in-depth without losing sight of what made the original so enjoyable. Just for the record though, I don't hate Baby Groot, there's just way too much of him, that's all. Number 3. Happy Death Day. This was either going to be brilliant or terrible. A mix of Groundhog Day and a typical slasher film. Its twist ending is well done and overall it's well executed, pun intended, very well. It's a bit shallow, but that's to be expected from a slasher. And whilst no one is winning an Oscar from this, it does exactly what it sets out to do very well. Number 2. Thor: Ragnarok. There are a lot of superhero movies in this list, but Thor: Ragnarok takes the movie rule of 3 and smashes them into pieces. It's fun, very action-based, and makes callbacks in all the right places. Marvel is setting up all the pieces for the Infinity Wars, and Thor is fast becoming one of its more interesting characters. Even Hulk becomes more likable, an amazing accomplishment considering that his standalone films were awful. Number 1. The Hitman's Bodyguard. Ryan Reynolds stars in my number 1 choice for the second year in a row, and whilst I prefer Deadpool, The Hitman's Bodyguard is my favourite film of 2017. It is over the top without being stupid, funny throughout, and really showcases 4 great performances. When given the chance, this will be watched again and again, and I'm sure to laugh just as much on the next viewing. And so 2017 ends, and after 22 films vied for my attention, only 10 could make it. There are some great films that didn't quite make the cut, but in the end, all these films deserve their place in my opinion as the best of the year. Please share your favourite films of 2017 in the comments, and feel free to contact me if you disagree. Sensibly. For now though, thank you very much for watching.